We'll call that to order. The City of Greendale, in compliance with our Title VI implementation plan, is a non-discriminating city. We have developed a complaint of discrimination form that is open to the public at any time, along with a voluntary public survey. So I'll add that. Okay. So the first order of business, and we're missing Aaron and Ryan tonight, so you guys will be kind of busy with first and second, so appreciate that. First item of business is approval of the minutes. I say for the work session, we don't have those yet. This should be for, let me see, did she put the approval in there? Yes, I'm sorry. It should be for the approval of minutes for December 16th, 2025.
I'll make the motion that we approve the December 16th minutes as submitted.
All right. Even though you weren't here, you can vote. And well, I'll do the second. Is that it?
Yeah.
I'll do the second. I'll second that. All those in here in any other discussion, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 All those opposed, so moved. Thank you. Okay, the financial report. And my apologies, I have not looked with Becky being off. I guess as I look at it, does anybody have any questions on it? Curious to see if she has the... Okay, so she does have on the last sheet the 700,000 that we earmarked for our match for Lawrenceburg Conservancy District, future levy plans. And we did put those we split them into 2 certificates of deposit, and she does have those listed, so we now have 2.7 million there. And she has that listed on the front page. Questions, comments? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to approve the financial report as presented.
I'll make the motion to approve the financial report as presented for January 26th.
Okay. We have a first. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
We have a first and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? So moved. Okay. We go down to the approval of claims. So again, the top part of this, for Justin's sake, is these come out, that the general operating, the city of council gives us a budget for that, and that's part of that budget. And then the TIF account is where we take most of our things out of. And on this, for Mike and Vince, this is a TEPI thing that the email went back and forth with Kayla. Is that her name? Mm-hmm. So we should be okay on that. It's just, the TEPI is for the entrance of I-275 and 50, the intersection in Bellevue, and this is for them to take care of this, planning, cleaning, and this is for 6 months. What happens with this then is we pay it, I believe, and then the clerk treasurer contacts the Visitor and Convention Bureau, the County Visitor and Convention Bureau, who has agreed to cover that cost for a period of 10 years, up to $25,000. Then we have one Dearborn's contract, we have legal fees, we have the 2 bond payments, I'm sorry, we have 4 bond payments. We have the MGPI pilot payment to endowment. And then on the last part is riverboat funds. These are the riverboat funds that we approved to help Greendale EMS with their new ambulance. I think it all seems,
That was huge, thank you.
all seems good to me. So, comments, questions? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to approve the claims as presented.
I'll make that motion to approve claims as presented.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay. There is an additional, I have a couple of additional financials in mind. I'm not sure why that is. Okay. Going to unfinished business. Mike, Stellar and Bridge.
So on Stellar, I think we really need to start thinking about where the matching funds come from and what those are going into for that project, before the application goes in the middle of this year. On the bridge project, I believe it was in December, the Redevelopment Commission approved a bid package. We have pushed that out to some sign companies that might be able to pull that project off. There have been a few return calls with some questions about the project, just good questions that you might expect. So deadline on the sealed bids to be received is the day of your March meeting. I think that's March 16th or 17th. So at your March meeting, you will have bids to open, if any are received, for the train bridge beautification project.
Okay. Did the calls into you, did they seem, like there was some interest in it and that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think once we get a cost on that, we can reach out to potentially some other entities in the county to see, well, number one, we'll have to decide what we want the look to be, and then do we want to partner with, say, the Visitor and Convention Bureau, see if they wish to partner in any way, shape, or form. They may not. I'm not really, I don't know until we get it. Okay, thanks, Mike.
Yep.
Anthony, I have 3 updates for
Yep.
you.
KPG, we closed on the bond, and we had a pre-construction meeting last week. I was there, Nathaniel was there.
Sean was there.
City staff was present. It was a very productive meeting. They're going to start earthwork soon and foundation work.
They actually started the earthwork. I know they at least started it today for sure. They might have
nice.
started maybe Monday, but I was up that way today and they were actively doing dirt work, so.
Okay.
That's awesome.
That is good. Have we been in any contact, or is he ready to do any kind of, not advertising's not the right word, just,
I would say probably no. I mean, they're looking at really doing the dirt work, a little bit of infrastructure, and then pretty much walking off the job between a month to 3 months, just with how it's got to settle and see how that goes with the fly ash.
okay,
So I mean, they're
okay.
pretty good ways out, I would say.
Okay.
Are they pouring, they're like kind of pouring the foundations and letting that settle before they start vertical construction? Is that how that action
it's
settlement
kind of like
occurs?
it's almost like a 2-tier thing. They got to do so much dirt work, let that settle, then they'll go in with like some of the piering, things like that, let that settle, and then that kind of will then give them a time frame of how fast we can get said building up. So it'll be kind of phased out. They're going to do like basically building 1, 2, and 3, and then just keep kind of working their way through the project. That was kind of their goal last week when we met with them. But I think some of that's subject to change based on if they got to wait a month for each area or they got to wait 3 months for each area. That's just time's going to tell.
We had spoke to them early on about making sure we had access for any kind of future potential trail. Are they still doing that?
Yeah.
They are. Okay.
Do you want to keep this on the agenda for monthly updates, or?
think it's pretty big. I think we should. Do you not, do you think would you want to just,
Pleasure of the board.
guys, what do you,
I think it's worth to have it on there.
you want me to maybe do it quarterly? Would that
That,
be,
that'd probably be sufficient,
Justin,
not
your thoughts?
necessarily every month.
Yeah, I think that's fine. Quarterly's fine, at
Mark?
least.
Yeah, I think it needs to be some, some input or
I'll
whatever.
just leave it on here, and if you say there's no update other than, how about we just do that?
We'll tell you if something big's
Okay.
happening.
Nathaniel, it's very nice having you here with,
No problem.
on that.
Valley Woods potential property development, we're still reviewing that. And 2026 LWG engagement for advisory services, that's in your packet. This is from Bob Swins, who we've used since I've been on the board. And he just helped us with the KPG project, which he charged one flat fee, and I think we used him on that for about 2 years. So Bob's been a big help, and I really like working with him. He's a good advisor. So with that, I'd ask the board to approve his engagement letter for this year.
Just for Justin's information, we have used Bob for a number of years. He is super responsive. He always seems to be pretty accurate in his assessments or comments to us. He's always willing to come here. We haven't had him here in, it's been a while, a few years, but we can always kind of have him come in anytime anybody wants.
His input's been very helpful, so. Yeah, do we need to
Yeah, we need
approve that?
we need a motion, a second, then everything to approve.
I'll make the motion that we approve the engagement for LWG advisory.
Okay. We have a motion,
I'll second.
and we have a motion, and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, so moved. Mike, do you have any of the signature stuff?
Yeah, I do have a folder with all that over
You
here.
want me to just take it?
Yep.
Is that, think about claims and all that?
Mike, with Bob Swintz, he says he's always open to come down, so I don't know if for Justin and Ryan's benefit, if maybe we want to schedule him to come down and talk about TIF and maybe SB1 and some of these other
I
things
think
that are
that's a
happening.
great idea.
Might be good.
You want to just reach out to
I'll
him?
email him and see
Okay.
maybe if he
It was,
can-
it was before I joined that he was, so I've
Oh,
not.
you
Oh,
have
you
not.
missed
A couple years.
Yeah.
Okay, wow.
But I know that he was engaged a couple of different times from an advisory perspective on kind of best case, worst case scenarios for if we make a move in one direction, what's our top line benefit and what's our at risk cost if things don't go as planned, and he's been very helpful in that regard. So
Yeah,
Be a good idea when, after legislation's over, to see how the dust settles.
that's a great idea. Yeah. Anthony, can you kind of
Yep.
honcho that? Thank you.
I'm going to.
All right, bear with me here. These are claims, so everybody signs the claims.
Just one sheet.
Wanted to remind everybody that the LCD is meeting with the county in just a planning meeting, lack of a better term. We had a representative at the council. Yeah, I got that one. That's just me. We had a representative, we had Paul Seymour at our council meeting, asking us to, kind of inviting us to attend. And that meeting is January 29th at 6 o'clock. And it is in the county council chambers.
The Dearborn, Mike P. is at the Dearborn room.
Yeah, it's in where the commissioners meet, that Yeah, when you're walking by
Commissioners, huh?
security.
Okay. So, I know I have it blocked out, but anybody wants to go, it's, they'll be asking the county. So they've received, the LCD has committed 4.2, we have committed 4.2 million. Lawrenceburg has committed 4.2. What they're trying to do is get to 16.8 million for about a $70 million grant. That, right now, those grants aren't available with the federal government at this time, but we really think that they will be, or the LCD thinks they will be. And that 16.8 represents 25%, which they've been told by all their advisors, everybody, that you have to have 25% skin in the game to do this. I know our representative, Erin Houchins, she's very much in favor, trying to help them do whatever. So that's the projected non-engineer price of taking care of all the levees in Lawrenceburg and Greendale, about 70 million, So, if you have nothing better to do, it's 6 o'clock Thursday the 29th.
That was my question, 6 o'clock at council?
Yeah.
Or at the county?
Commission, yeah,
County
county.
commission.
I left the Tiger Trail extension on here. Nathaniel, can you kind of just give us a high-level review after you received?
Yeah, so Rezo gave me back the feedback from if you guys decide to shorten it. The initial cost, just to reiterate, to do the full trail was $1,350,000. The estimate they gave to shorten it, like we talked about in the last meeting, you'd be at $557,963 and some change. So, I mean, it definitely cuts it down. I mean, I think the number I gave you guys when I kind of did it before I had some of their information, I think I was around 700,000. So, I mean, you're definitely getting down to maybe more of a manageable number, but I think, like, talking with Mike, is that something you guys want to do, and then just leave the trails sit kind of just in no man's land down there, though, too?
Yeah, it would, I don't know, again, pleasure of the board, but I just think with that price tag right now, with everything we have on our plate, yeah, and with our financial plate, that's what I guess I'm saying more than anything that but it's pleasure the board. I'm fine taking it off at this time. We can always revisit it if we get some more development down there, that any kind of housing or something like that. But discussion, thoughts?
I'll chime in here. I like the idea of the trail, but I think it's something that could probably wait until the GLP site develops in the future. I don't really see a rush to do it.
Agreed.
So I think we just have higher priorities right now.
I would agree. The problem with waiting, as we all know, is probably 5 years ago, it might have cost us $200,000 or $300,000 on that, so, okay.
I do think, I mean, obviously cost is gonna go up, everybody knows that, but I do think some of these numbers, I don't think they're gonna go up as much as you think they will.
Okay.
Just because some of them are more like of a generic thing that goes with the project. I mean, some of them are like boulders. Like some of those numbers aren't gonna per se go up. Now,
Gotcha.
some of your hardcore material is gonna go up, obviously, some of your labor, but I don't think it's gonna be one of those like a normal project where it went from, for example, 1 million to 2 million. I don't foresee that.
Okay. And it's something we've talked about before when you weren't here, is that it's just, we hear from the residents, they like trails.
Yeah.
Trails are a big, thing in most new developments and other communities. You have trails,
Sure.
but,
I'm fine shelving it for now.
In agreement, yeah.
okay. Okay, so I'll remove that from here. The only item of new business, and I should have put this on top, I'm sorry, is we need to elect officers for 2026, my apologies, 2026. So we've always elected a president, vice president, and secretary. The secretary, really, Mike takes care of that job by taking the part of our, what we pay different for. But we have had a couple instances where we've asked the secretary, I'd say a couple instances over the last 4 years, where we've asked the secretary to take the notes and minutes of that. Currently, I am the president, Chris is the vice president, and Mooch is was he the secretary?
He is,
That's what I thought.
was.
Yeah, yeah. So,
Well, I'll make a motion to, should I do each individual, or can we just lump them all together?
You can do them together if you want.
I would say Mike is the president, Chris is the vice president, and Ryan Good is the secretary.
you know, that's what you get for missing meetings.
I like it.
I'll second that, absolutely.
Your streak's broken, Chris. You had like 5 in a row
I
there.
was gonna say any more discussion, we got 3 of us here can vote. All right, we have a motion and a second for myself as president, Chris as vice president, and Ryan Good as secretary. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 All those opposed, so moved.
Well done.
Any audience comments? There are none? Okay.
I do have
Please.
one more thing. Did we talk about the TP contract? Do we need to have GRC approve, consider that tonight?
Yeah, it was in the,
Just did it with the claims?
it was with the claims.
Okay.
And Mike, I had spoken to them when I signed the claim, or I looked at the claims last week. I didn't speak to Kayla, though. She was out that day.
Are you gonna take care of that, emailing her back tomorrow then, Mike?
I did email her back today, I think.
Okay.
You did. You did.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you,
Thank you. I was doing it all on my phone in another meeting. Anything else for the pleasure of the redevelopment? Wow.
Do we have any-
Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
We have a motion. We have a second.
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. That was one quick meeting. Yeah. Laura, probably wasn't worth your drive here. Thank you.
Hey, appreciate you.
Hey, I love this comments.
Yeah.
Executive. Don't ever, no,
Yeah,
I love
I
it.
appreciate it. Yeah.
I tell Mark, I don't want him to, it drives me nuts because he raises his hand.